We're going to basically get into the new moon and Cancer energies for all zodiac signs. And of course, we're going to do a tarot card reading to basically see what's going on behind the scenes when it comes to you guys. Now, with this new moon and Cancer, for me, the Cancer is like the most powerful sign in the zodiac sign. Of course, everybody got Cancer in their charts when it comes to these interactions and these affairs. Now, this new moon in Cancer is going to kind of like conjunct the sun and the moon. So when the moon is conjuncting the sun and the moon, that means you need to be focusing on paying attention towards yourself, aka wherever you got that in your charts. You need to utilize, initiate. You need to utilize and initiate new ways on how to deal with your feelings and emotions, and you need to go ahead and start reacting and responding towards that area too. Which means you got the sun and the moon. That means just look at it like this: a new moon is like new ways to pretty much attract what you're trying to push out and manifest. And of course, day in and day out, we always paying attention towards things that can pretty much gain interest in our life or gain an interest within our life. So that means this is a time and area. Every time it's a new moon, this is time to create something new, start something new, and react and respond towards something new. Which means things that you've been given life to, you need to go ahead and come up with a new way of doing it in a certain area within your house system. And also past circumstances and situations that you pretty much dealt with in the past, things that's not working, things that's not, things that's kind of like dead, you need to go ahead and bury that shit. So when the new moon come here, the new moon is pretty much coming up with a new way. I mean, you need to go ahead and go with the star alignments, for me. And you need to go ahead and figure out where you got this in your charts, for me. This, and how you would know this is basically being your ascendant sign, which is your space, your spirit, your space, not not your actual spirit, but the ascendant sign is going to pretty much point you in the direction where you need to go ahead and, of course, make that move. Your moon is who you are on the inside, your soul. So that's going to be the representation of your mood, how you feel on the inside. And everybody going to have a different rotation when it comes to this new moon and Cancer energies. If you're a Capricorn moon, you're going to be opposite. So that means you're going to come up, you're going to have some obstacles when the new moon comes, which means opposition. That's gonna be good or bad, depending on the seeds you plant before the moon get into the new moon. And of course, your moon is who you are on the inside. That's your soul, your solar soul. Your sun is pretty much your actions, your energy. That always expires. You always come up with new bodies and new characteristics, new purposes. So the sun is pretty much the area where you need to go ahead and shine light on. The moon is pretty much what's gonna control everything on the inside. Without the moon, there's no sun. Just look at that like that, feel me? So the moon is pretty much the most powerful, feel me? Without no moon, aka without no woman, there's no man, pretty much. Because remember, the sun came out of the man. The sun came out of the woman. So that pretty much means that, everything starts within. So wherever you got this in your charts, in your natal charts, it's going to be the energies where you need to go ahead and start planting these seeds. Now let's break this shit down real fast. Now with this new moon and Cancer energies, we're going to be basically utilizing 4 aspects in this area, which is going to be the area and location where you need to go ahead and start planting seeds, the areas where you're going to have opportunities to overindulge, which could be good, but also that overindulgence become a circumstance situation where you may have to basically go down below where you got the fall at, which is Scorpio, and you're going to basically be dealing with the opposition, which is your relationships, things that you relate to, which is going to be Capricorn. So you're going to be utilizing the gifts, the sextiles, the oppositions in this area right now. But everybody going to have a learning aspect as well too, depending on your natal charts. Now we're going to basically start it off with Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendances. Now Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendances, when it comes to the new moon in Cancer, you're going to be basically learning how to, one, plant seeds when it comes to your personal life and your personal emotions and your emotional affairs in this area. Now, you're going to be shining a light on yourself, and you're going to be basically reacting, responding to new ways to basically focus on yourself. Now, you're going to have opportunities, which is going to be in Taurus, which is your 11th house. Now, there's going to be opportunities towards the things that you have that you can use to basically, get you from point A to point B. Now, the moment you procrastinate and get comfortable with your gifts, it's going to basically be in your 5th house where Scorpio is at. Which means you may have to utilize your gift to transform something, a romance or a love affair or something dealing with that nature. Now, if you plant good seeds, or if you plant bad seeds, you're going to be basically manifesting oppositions from your 7th house, which is the full moon in Capricorn, which is when it comes to your relationships. Either you're going to be relating towards relationships that's going to go in your favor when it comes to you be able to take power and control over what you relate to, when it comes to goals or business partnerships, or you're going to have someone that's going to pretty much take power and control over that, depending on the seeds you plant. Now, if you got this in your 2nd house, you're a Gemini ascendant. So you're going to have opportunities, but also you're going to be dealing with some misunderstandings too, which is in conjunction. You're going to have opportunities and misunderstandings to go ahead and react or respond towards, shine a light on your second house and reacting or responding towards the thing that you value, or coming up with a new way to initiate new ways on to deal with your feelings, emotions, and value new things during this time. Now you're gonna have opportunities, which is gonna be your dreams, imagination, and your dreams when you go to sleep and shit. You're gonna use that towards your manifestations and your gifts during this time. Now you're gonna have that's gonna be Taurus. Now you're gonna have the fall, which the fall is gonna be your job or something that you do on a day-to-day basis. See, your job can make you lazy. Your job can kind of like throw you off and put you into situations where you may have to be disregarded. But if you use your job as another route where you can pretty much get manipulative in that area, you can be in the right circumstance situation. And you got that in Scorpio, which is your sixth house. Now you're gonna have the eighth houses, which is gonna be in Capricorn for the full moon for you if you plant the good seeds or bad seeds. Now you're gonna receive good seeds towards power and control over your desires and your deep intent and your secrets, or bad secrets when it comes to the full moon. Now, if you got Cancer in the third house, you're towards someone ascendants. So in this house right here, you need to come up with a new environment, a new surrounding, or start equipping new ways to bring things that's newly within your environment and your surroundings, especially if you have a messed up surrounding environment. For me, now you're gonna have opportunities, which is gonna be yourself. Feel me? Yourself. That's where you're gonna have the overindulgent energy at, which is yourself. So if you can utilize your personality, your personal aspects in your life, or your personal life to get you from point A to point B, this is gonna be in your favor because Cancer loves Taurus. Now, if you got this, now you're gonna have a fall, which could be your relationships or the people, places, and things that you relate to can pretty much make your goals go downhill, or you may have to pretty much transform and sting someone in your relationship, or someone can sting and transform you. So be aware of this shit. So make sure you're on your shit. Now, if you're playing good seeds or bad seeds, you're gonna have a full moon that's gonna go in your favor or not go in your favor when it comes to your meanings, your reasons, your experiences, and looking at the bigger picture, and of course, moving to a location or a destination that's gonna favor you. Now, if you got this in your fourth house, your Aries, someone in the Senate. So that means you need to go ahead and start planting seeds towards home, family, or coming up with a new way of dealing with your home, family, or the things that's within that area, or coming up with manifesting a brand new house. Now, areas where you can overindulge is the things that you value or have, or material that you can utilize towards getting you from point A to point B, your car or a destination or location. For me, we can get real metaphysical in that area, but of course we don't have too much time. But now, what can bring you down, what can be the people, places, things that you have sexual intercourse with, or certain secrets and manipulative tactics that you can use that can bring you up or bring you down. So be aware of that. So make sure you be aware of that, or keeping things in can kind of like throw you off during the sound. So try not to pretty much hold too much in. Learn how to express it a little bit. Now the seeds that you plant, good or bad, when the full moon becoming Capricorn, it's gonna be your status, your reputation, your business, and your goals being accomplished or going down drain. You'll be aware of that. Now, if you got this in your fifth house, you're a Pisces, someone in Senate. So you're gonna have the gift, but you're also gonna be developing some misunderstandings when it comes to your creativity, expressions, and the way you express yourself, or things that's dealing with entertainment, fun, and enjoyment. Now, if you start planting seeds towards your creativity, your talents, your gifts, in your fifth house, and if you can utilize your environment, things that's in your environment, your surroundings, if you can utilize that, you can pretty much get you from point A to point B. Now, it can kind of like make you lazy and throw you off is spiritual beliefs, moralities, or someone forcing their religion on you or something like that, or looking at, or pretty much a long distance circumstance situation that can kind of like throw you off during the song. Now, if you're playing good seeds, you're gonna have a good fulfillment or bad fulfillments when it comes to your associations, your groups, your networking skills, and your visions and things that you are accumulating. Now, if you have Cancer in the sixth house, you are Aquarius, your Aquarius ascendant. So you're gonna have opportunities, but you're also gonna manifest a whole lot of misunderstandings when it comes to your work, your health, your routines, or things that you do on a day-to-day basis. Now, your focus is to pretty much use your job to get you from point A to point B. And that's now your home and your family. You can utilize your home and your family where you may overindulge into this area of using them for their resources and material. You can use your family during this time, which can kind of like also help you to get your goals manifested. Now, what can kind of like bring you down during this time is going to be your status, your reputation, or your business and your goals and shit like that, or things that you are trying to be known for. That can kind of like make you lazy during this time. But if you plant good seeds or bad seeds, you're going to be fulfilled or unfulfilled when it comes to your dreams, imaginations, and fantasies. Now, if you got Cancer in the seventh house, it's kind of like this is a learning aspect for you. So you need to be This is a learning aspect for you, and you're a Capricorn ascendant, so you're going to be dealing with oppositions, obstacles, and learning aspects. Now, you need to start planting seeds towards relationships that's going to make you feel loving, caring, or you can pretty much go ahead and start pushing off those energies. Now, what you can overindulge and use during the time is pretty much things that you associate yourself with. Now, it can kind of like bring you down and make I'm bugging. If you use your fifth house, your creativity, your talents, and your gifts, that can kind of like get you from point A to point B during the time. Now, what can kind of like bring you down during the time is the things that you associate yourself or the people that you associate yourself with during this time. Good associates or bad associations. Now, if you plant good seeds or bad seeds, you're going to be fulfilled or unfulfilled when it comes to your personal, business, career, status, and reputations. Now, if you got Cancer in your eighth house, you are Sagittarius, someone is in it. So in this house right here, you're gonna have the gift and the misunderstandings and the overindulgence tendency by default, because Sagittarius exalts Cancer. You're gonna overindulge towards a whole lot of desires, sex, secrecy, and things that's hidden. Now, what you can use is your business, your goals, the things that you do on a day-to-day basis, which is dealing with things that you are fixated with, stuck with, and of course, love to do, or desires and pleasures. Now, what's kind of like bring you down is your dreams, your imaginations, or certain beliefs that you are putting your faith into. So be aware of that during this time. Now, if you plant the right seeds, you're gonna manifest a fulfillment or unfulfillment when it comes to your second house status. Things that you are your status, your responsibilities, duties, and obligation when it comes to your reputation, of course, your material, your possessions, and shit like that. These can be good things or bad things. Now we're gonna make our way towards the ninth house during this time. So if you got Cancer in your ninth house, if you have Cancer in your ninth house, this is a situation where you can go through a whole lot of ups and downs because you're a Scorpio's ascendant, and Cancer falls in this house right here, and Cancer is also exalted in this house, so you can overexalt yourself during this time. So be aware, try not to do too much of that. Now in this house right here, you're going to be manifesting misunderstandings and gifts. So you're going to be dealing with inconjunctions and gifts. Now, what you can use to pretty much bring some, relaxations during this time is your seventh house, your relationships, things that you clinch onto on the relatability perspective. Now, what can bring you down during this time can pretty much be yourself. For me, your personality can pretty much be your breaking point that can bring you up or bring you down during this time, which is the fall, which is where it sleeps. Now, if you plant the good seeds or bad seeds, you're going to be fulfilled when it comes to your environment, your surroundings, intellect, your mind, or things that can pretty much start working this way towards your environment that can pretty much bring you the right attractions, depending on what seed you plant. Now, if you got this in your 10th house, you are Libra ascendant. So you're going to be dealing with learning aspects and obstacles and oppositions. Now, what you can use for your fulfillment is, sex, hidden desires, secrets, manipulation tactics. Can pretty much utilize your eighth house a little bit. Now, what can kind of bring you down, what could be your fall, is your second house. The things you value or the people you value during this time can kind of like bring you down, which can be your ups and downs. Now, if you plant good seeds, you're going to be fulfilled or unfulfilled when it comes to home, family, privacy, and domestic niches. Now, if you got this Cancer in your 11th house, it's kind of like this is going to be a misunderstanding, but this is also going to be opportunities too that you could work with. And if you use God, spirituality, and belief and faith, if you can use that towards your best of your ability, then that can get you from point A to point B. Now, when it comes to your fall, things that can bring you down on the time is going to be your environment, your surroundings, or things that you friendly connect yourself with. And if you plant good seeds or bad seeds, you're going to be fulfilled when it comes to your fifth house, status and reputation when it comes to your creativity, talents, and gifts. And last but not least, if you have Cancer in the 12th house, for me, you're going to have the gift to overindulge yourself when it comes to your dreams, imaginations, fantasies. And also, you're going to have the gift by default because you're a Leo ascendant, so you're going to be utilizing gifts. But you're also going to be manifesting a whole lot of misunderstandings, good or bad. Now, if you utilize your status, your reputation, and of course, what you're known for and who you are, if you can utilize your 10th house or your 10th house, wherever you got this at in your body aspects, if you utilize this, then you're going to be on the right terms. But what can kind of like bring you down during this time, it can be your home, your family, and shit. Feel me? So be aware of that. Your home and your family can bring you down during this time when it comes to this shit. Now, if you plant the right seeds and you put in the work, you're going to be fulfilled or unfulfilled when it comes to your 6th house, work, health, routine, And if you plant bad seeds, then of course you're gonna be worrying a whole lot. And of course that full moon can fuck up your health and kill you. So be aware of that shit.